We are advocating democracy, and we have a question we'd like to pose to the country. What went wrong? What went wrong to lead us to an economic collapse in 2008 that could have been as bad as the Great Depression if we didn't act? We thought things were going along just fine, and all of a sudden the bottom fell out of our economy. It collapsed. The foundation couldn't have been as strong as we thought it was. But we already had a sense, because in the first decade of this century, up to 70–80% of Americans believed our country was headed in the wrong direction. What do we mean by that? First of all, since World War II, we were building a middle class in this country, we were building a flourishing public education system, and we were building a strong public infrastructure of bridges, roads, electrical grids, sewer systems. Our politicians, even though they disagreed, came together to solve our problems and move forward. Since 1980, we have had a hollowing out of the middle class. All of the economic gains have gone to the top 1%. Our politicians no longer come together. In fact, it seems as though they're making the problems even worse. And our public schools and infrastructure are in decline to the point that American Society of Engineers rates the public infrastructure a D-. Many of us are now living in economic insecurity, afraid of the future, what it's going to bring, if we're going to have enough money for retirement, and this is no way to live. Why weren't we warned? Why didn't we see this collapse coming? But we knew the country was going in the wrong direction. We were warned by many economists, including Paul Krugman, who said, we cannot sustain an economy by buying and selling houses to each other at inflated prices with money we've borrowed from China. He knew years before the economic collapse that the bubble was going to burst. He didn't know how bad. In fact, he said it may be a hissing sound. The air slowly begins to deplete our economy. We live in complex times. We don't know the answers to all of these questions as citizens, but we do know our politicians seem to be so divided that all they can bring us is gridlock and stagnation. We at Advocating Democracy think that we need a public debate, a public dialogue, not debate. Debate's just trying to prove your point. Dialogue is actually trying to come together and solve some problems, even if it means admitting you don't have all of the answers. This seems to be something that our politicians are incapable of doing. So we're asking you to join us and provide feedback, provide videos, provide your own thoughts and insights, intelligent ones, as to why things went so bad, but more importantly, what we need to do to set them right. Many of the people in America still think our country is going in the wrong direction. And now that we have a different president, maybe what we're realizing is that changing directions in this country means more than simply changing presidents. We have many further thoughts on this at Advocating Democracy. We are focused on the economy, the education system, our public infrastructure, and a clean, sustainable environmental future for our children. Our politicians are right now telling us that there are only two ways out of this problem, and they don't agree at all on those two ways. The Tea Party and the Occupy Wall Street movement are very angry. Many of us are very angry. But we haven't come together in genuine, meaningful dialogue to try and understand what it is that we're angry at and how we can make this country get back on track. You can find us at advocatingdemocracy.com. You can find us on Facebook, and you can find us on YouTube. We're out there, and we're looking for you.